Welcome, it's Wednesday. What Wednesday is it? January 7th. We're in the new year, 2026, everybody. And no better way to start the year than with an Overgrown Arch deck. Um, so, for those of you who aren't aware, I may or may not have made mention of it in the past, but we're instituting, and by we I mean like myself and the other members of rules committee, uh, another break the rules month. This is our third one. First one we did was Planeswalkers January last year. Um, Vehicles in summer, this past summer, and now we're doing lesson cards and the learn mechanic and sideboards. So I'll go over that real quick. For those of you who don't know, like we do these months twice a year, usually once at the very beginning, once in the summer, just to kind of encourage. If you look at like when they in Commander they made all the silver border cards legal for a month or so. It's kind of like that. We're just like legalizing these sorts of mechanics that could otherwise be like a Rule Zero concession. Um, Legalizing them essentially just to get more people interacting with them, and through that just kind of break down the stigma about like Rule Zero decks, Rule Zero cards, um, constructions, those sorts of things. If The idea being that if like you've played against these cards and if you've seen them more often, then you have a better frame of reference whether or not like it's something that you want to be playing against, right? Because that's like the big thing about Rule Zero stuff is sometimes people are just like, oh yeah, I'm going to Rule Zero this mythic rare as my commander instead of an uncommon. It's like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. So in that same vein, that's what we're trying to do here. And with the learn mechanic, so this is from Strixhaven. Um, Basically, you may reveal a lesson card you own from outside the game, put it in your hand, or you can rummage. Either one. We decided to do this one especially because of Avatar bringing some new lessons into the format. A cool way to showcase them with this mechanic here. There are not a ton of cards that learn. There's a handful in each color, maybe like two ish. Um, there's only three uncommons that learn actually learn at all, let alone a consistent basis. There's a black one that on 1 mana 1/1 with flying black creature that when it dies you learn. There's a 2 mana 2/1 white creature that when it ETBs you learn. And then there's this one, which is a 0/4 wall. You can tap to gain a life, or you can sacrifice it to learn. Um, I really like the green one the best out of the three, just because like this is a really interesting effect in green. Green also has like better lessons in my opinion, but you can do like a really cool kind of value-based game plan. Green has a lot of ways to generate like value, card advantage, not like raw card advantage, right? Because you're trading cards one for one most of the time, but a lot of selection, a lot of toolbox stuff, and that's kind of what we're doing today. It's just going to be a deck structured around value, probably lots of land cyclers, creatures that ETB, creatures that can recur other things, creatures that draw cards, um, and we're just going to value our way through a game. And this card's a really great way to do that because we can tutor for specific things. And in so doing, we don't need to put them in our deck, right? Like there's at least two removal spells that are lessons that are colorless. There is a card that lets us Earthbend 4, which basically turns a creature, or whenever it lands, into a 4/4. So we have a creature available. There are two cards that let us put a land into our hand from our library. There's a ramp spell in green. There's a protection spell. There's all kinds of stuff. So we're going to do a lot of ramping in this deck because we want to be able to recast our commander a bunch. We're going to be playing some big fatties that provide other value that we'll end up winning the game with, most likely. And there's a lot of little nickel and diamond cards throughout, like along the way. It's a really fun way to play Magic. It's very like nuts and bolts, very granular, but it's fun. You know, it's not splashy, but it's cool. Especially in mono green, you don't see a ton of that kind of thing. So um, let's just get some forests in here. It's going to be like a 37 lander. We want to be playing a lot of lands. I think I was looking at it earlier, and there are like 10 total lessons. So there's a lot of we can ostensibly sacrifice this thing 10 times to get all 10 cards, and they're all like pretty useful in different ways. Um, and I think there's like maybe one or two other like common spells that learn. I know there's one that gets a forest and you learn as well. So like you get a forest to the battlefield tapped, you get to put a card in your hand. Like really powerful if you like have the cards. And this mechanic doesn't usually work because you don't have sideboards in Commander, but In this case, we are legalizing sideboards for the purpose of the learn mechanic and lessons. That's the idea. I put a link to the announcement post in the description if you want to read kind of more of the details about what we're doing. But anyway, let's get all these lessons in here. First, type lesson. It worked. Okay. So yeah, search for basic land. If you kick it, you can get a shrine. That doesn't matter. And then you gain 2 life. It's a functional reprint of another lesson from Strixhaven. Add it to the, actually, sideboard. Cycle Renewal. It's a Harrow. That's a lesson. Put it in the sideboard. Earthbend 4. This card's great because when the land dies, you get your land back. We talked about this a couple weeks ago with the Boulder or whatever, the wrestling guy from Avatar who earthbends your creatures, earthbends your lands rather. You can get a lot of value by recurring them. So earthbending is sweet. Environmental Sciences, just like the basics, search your library for land, goes to your hand, gain 2 life. Like a creature, like a buff here, 2+1/+1 counters, and give a creature vigilance. Introduction to Annihilation is very powerful. It gives like the target's control of a card, but it exiles a permanent. Very powerful, really great removal spell, and it goes. Little Scry, never hurt anybody. Origin of Metal Bending, another really great Avatar card. Like interaction destroys artifact or enchantment, or it's protection for a creature, and it goes. Art of Tea, another one, puts a counter on a thing, makes a food. Put in there. And Zuko's Exile, kind of like Introduction to Annihilation, a little bit different though. It only exiles artifacts, creatures, and enchantments, not any non-land permanent. I guess that doesn't really make a difference though. And then instead of drawing a card raw, they get a clue token. But that's a small price to pay for exiling a thing. Exile is really strong, obviously, like because of how focused the format is on utilizing resources. Graveyards are very powerful. It's a really great way to generate card advantage. So being able to exile things, problematic targets, is always preferable. It's like graveyards tend to be like more important in this format, I think, than in most Commander games, honestly. All right, so we have 10 cards, a 10 card sideboard here, and this card can just fetch any one of them we want, which is awesome. Really powerful. Like we just have access to so many effects. That's why I think green is like the best color for this. Green has the best ones by far. Okay, let's get some land cyclers. Oh, cycling. Let's do like all the cycling cards, but we'll just get the land cyclers, like these big guys. We just cash them in for lands, so we can hit all of our land drops. Or we can just play big beaters. This one's sick. Oh, not sideboard. Whoops, main deck. And like these are the creatures that we're gonna end up like relying on late game. They're just big fatties, you know. Never hurt anybody. Even the bad one, Nurturing Versapax, but like my least favorite one. Generates 2 bodies, but like a 5/5 is not the best, and a 3/3 is even worse. So, especially if we're like trying to go big. Orchard Strider, make some foods. This deck's gonna gain a lot of life. I imagine like we're gonna get a lot of value out of the fact that the Arch just gains you life every turn. You know, new one, Sabertooth Moose Line, 7/7 for 6. No trample, but it's pretty good. Get that one. Get that one. No, I'm not doing that one. That one. That one. Tons of land cyclers now. Ever since they started putting like maybe like one of each basic land type cycler in every set now, like tons of options. 7 mana. This one's like, I take it back. This one's the worst one, but we're gonna play it anyway. Alright, so this is what like we're ramping into here. We got like 11 land cyclers. Let's get some just good classic ramp spells in here too. Skyshred Claim. We'll do Ranger's Path. Ranger's Path doesn't get as much press as Skyshred Claim because this just gets 2 forests in Commander or in multicolor decks. You can get like typed duels with this card, whereas Ranger's Path. Oh no, I guess you can do the same thing, right? I know, I remember the difference. This puts them on the battlefield tapped, this one does not. That's the difference. I gotta confuse another card. So we'll do these ones, and we'll do a Cultivate and a Kodama's Reach. Just like the classics. Nature's Lore. And Revisits. And Rapid Growth. get, I don't want this foil card. There we go. Look at these, look at this cool forest. It's like a space forest. How about that? All right, so let's see. We're at 56 cards. And now, let's see. Let's look at cards that return things from our graveyard, because that way we want to pay commander tax for this. So return graveyard. Creatures obviously are better. Evolution Witness is a great one, especially because like there's a couple lessons I can put counters on things, and Evolution Witness is good in that regard. Every 1/1 counter just rebuys a thing. There's at least one other creature that I'm thinking of, but most of these just like recur lands and things. This is a creatures at random, although we can trigger Morbid pretty easily. Let's play Woodland Sleuth. And then Wildwood Escort. Wildwood Escort, kind of classic, really great elf, 5 mana 3/3 ETB. Get a creature from your graveyard to hand. Happy New Year, Bill. Welcome. There's just way too much do in the chat now. Okay. So what do we got? We got. Let's change the viewing here. Let's do the all visual spoiler mana value split. Okay. So let's think. There's a lot of things that we can do. Like, for example, this triggering Morbid is really interesting. Let's weigh what other Morbid cards we have. I know of at least one off the top of my head, or two. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff. It's pretty sick. This is just a one-time thing, This one, the event step, so this can trigger every turn. Most of these are just like ETB effects. Let's play Cackling Prowler. I like the idea that like this thing just gets bigger. Caravan Vigil is a really great ramp spell. If if you sacrifice thing, it's just 1 mana, put a land on the battlefield from your library. And I like this effect because we can sacrifice this thing whenever we want. Maybe this isn't as good. Let's see if died. Because there's other cards like this, like Bulette, being red step, if the creature died, it gets a counter. There's a handful of cards like this. Sabertooth Maul is another one. So those are 3. I'm curious because I'm not sure if like it's going to be like every turn we're doing this. I doubt it. So maybe this card's just not good enough. Other cards. Care about Defender. I mean, there's going to be a lot of cards that have the text Defender on them, but are there good cards that key off of Defenders? I mean, you could play like, Axebane Guardian or a bunch of other Defender stuff, but Portcullis Vine's actually not bad. Like, if we don't have something that we want to get off Overgrown Arch, we can just cash it in for a free card without doing like the discard draw thing. Let's play Portcullis Vine. Well, let's play Portcullis Vine. I like this card. I think this card's pretty good, actually. I mean, obviously it's kind of specific, and you need to play a deck with a lot of defenders or a way to sacrifice defenders pretty consistently, but like turning them into free cards is really good, and it's a 1 mana 0/3, kind of like Jolly Offshoot. It's just a card that generates a lot of value over time. Speaking of which, let's get a Jolly Offshoot. We'll do some like landfall stuff, since we already have all the land cyclers, a lot of ramp, playing a lot of lands. So we can keep doing this, so it all kind of like intertwines. What's some good? Well, let me finish this first, and then we'll go. This tutors for defenders. I don't think we really need that. Yeah, I don't really care about any of these. Okay. What was I just talking about? Oh yeah, landfall. Let's get. We're gonna play Jolly Offshoot. I think this card just like is probably one of the better ones. Um, there's the Nectar Pot, which is another great defensive creature. That just generates a ton of life for you. 2 mana, 1/3, gains you tons of life. I'm not gonna play Gladeheart. I don't really like it. Just a 2/2. It's kind of dopey. But high toughness creatures like these I like a lot more. Scythe Cat just gets big. Spore Mound and Elfsworn Giant will play too. Elfsworn Giant. Okay. Is there anything else that I really care about though? Like, there's these things like, like get big on the turn, right? Territory Baloth. Scythe Cat. Yeah, I'll play Scythe Cat. This thing becomes a threat really quickly. 3 mana 2/1 trample just gets huge. We have tons of land, so it's definitely going to happen. And look at all these. Oh, why is this Spelling T-Rex in here? Move to main deck. Thank you. Let's we got ramp, we got protection, an earthbend thing. Yeah. It's like cards I care about, just like lands. Because there are like 3 lessons that just get you lands. Obviously, like landfall, whatever. But maybe there's something cool. Oh, adventures. That's a great way to generate value. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right, let's get Bushwhack. Just like one of the primo green removal spells. Being able to cash it for a card is like kind of insane. Right, like just using it as a lay of land to search for a land is awesome, and being able to use it as a removal spell is awesome. This card's just really sick. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Beanstalk Worm. These cards are another really great way to generate value, just because adventures. I mean, it's 2 spells on 1 card, right? Unlike Omen, black. Dreadlenorm is great. Addercap is great. Because our commander isn't like our win condition, we need a ton of beefers. Werefox is good. Yeah, it gives a monster roll to something, so it gives it +1/+1 to trample, and it's just like a decent creature itself. We'll play Addercap and Treefolk. Truin, Treefolk. What is the name of this card? Tuin? Is it? Oh, Tuin Veil. Okay. Yeah, just like put 2 counters on something. You know, we have Revolution Witness. We also can play like a Basking Brood Skill. We do that too. It's gotta be something. I mean, the rest of these aren't that impressive. I like Ettercap a lot. I think this card's like pretty underplayed. It just kills a creature with flying and is a 2/5 reach on the back end. Seems good. Oh, you know what we should do over here? Let's get the Learn Commons. The Common Singular Field Trip. Treasure Shelter for Forest, Battlefield, Learn. What's the name of this card again? Field Trip. Okay. What's the curve look like? Pretty high. Alright, let's get some just like value stuff at the low end on the creature side. Creature enters. Let's generate some like value early game here. How are we doing that? How are we doing that? Oh, we're playing Next Born Hydra for sure. I feel like this resembles kind of like a pretty standard like mono green deck. It does a lot of mono green things. Um, I really think that the commander though is just gonna add a whole new dimension to it. Let's get a Colossal Dread Mask while we're at it. I'm just bad at typing. Also, I have a bad keyboard. That's why. Okay. Anyway, I was looking for things that do stuff. Things that do stuff. Visionary. I love Visionary. Elvish Visionary. Sylvan Ranger. Card that I love for many reasons. I could talk about this card for quite a while. I think it's great. Let's see. Got our nectar pot. Could do Multani. Oh, you know what we should do is Guy's Touch. Something that just like lets you play multiple forests a turn. Why not, right? Seems good. Invader Sentinel. I don't know if these cards are that compelling. Like, we don't need to do like the mill thing here. Like a Town Creator. I like these cards a lot. I just don't. I mean, we're not doing anything with it, you know. Let's see. Brandywine Farmer is pretty good. Get a bunch of food tokens. I like Brandywine Farmer. Cards that like ETB and then leave the battlefield as well do things. Like, so you get double triggers off these. They're good cards. We're not like worried about like sacrificing it. We'll just chump block with it and get a free food. Just generates a lot of value. We'll play Farhaven Elf and Wood Elves. There we go. Fierce Empath. Kind of like playing all the mono green hits here, you know. Oh, we can play Fertilith. That's a good one too. Because we do have like things that do stuff with plus one counters, you know. This makes a lander token. I'm not as into that. Same with Generous Stray. Not really into that. Invasive species lets us rebuy a creature. We have like some good ones. Let's high on that. Oh, play Land Visionary for sure. That card's great. Yeah, let's get the Visionary in there. We also have a bunch of dorks and a wall, so like some convoke stuff might be good too. Let's keep going here. Oh, that's interesting. Play Springboard Druid. You know, we're playing giant things. Let's play an Ivy Elemental. The green fireball, as it were. Just scales with you. I like it. It's fun. Let's just let you do stuff, you know. You can always just cast a spell. Alright. Nope, nope. Nope, 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 nope. Already have that. Oh, you know what we should do? Kavu Primarch. Siege Worm. How many little guys we got now? We got one, two, three, one. Let's just exclude these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. These are creatures that we're just like not attacking with most likely. So we have like a big Convoker, a 5/5 trample Convoke creature. It's pretty good. Um, and what did I say before that? Oh yeah, Kavu Primarch. It's 4 mana 3/3 with Convoke and Kicker, so we can make it a 7/7 if you kick it. Card's pretty cool. I like it honestly. Okay. Oh, I feel like Denison's great, obviously. Not doing any combo stuff, not doing any devoted. Well, I guess we could do devoted druid combo stuff if we wanted to. This deck's kind of fiddly, so like, and it kind of stalls really well. So you could do that if you want to. I don't think I will, but y'all are more than welcome to do what you want. Okay, play Draga Visionary. 90 cards. Okay. Got some decent removal spells. Okay, so we'll keep going here. Living Totem is not great. We'll play Mike and its Spore Tender, though. Just like a 4 mana. It's like a bad Reclamation Stage, right? It's 4 mana, 4/1. ETB, destroy artifact or enchantment. Which I like. At this mana value, I don't want like, Onto Giant or like Queer and Trailblazer. They're just not very interesting. I mean, and the 4 mana 2/2 draw cards are not as great as the 4 mana 3/2 draw cards. Gutter Sleuth. If you want to, you can do dungeon stuff. I don't like to do dungeon stuff. We'll play Naturalists. This card's just kind of big. Just a 4/4. Kills an artifact or enchantment. I play the card in a lot of places. It always is good. You can play Lifecraft Cavalry. It's a fun one. This Spider-Man is not bad. Because what we can do is like tap our commander to gain a life, and then web sling it back to our hand. That feels good. Let's get the Siege Worm. 5/5 is not that compelling to me. Unlike a big like top end, type of card. Enters and endures 3, so it gets 3 counters or makes a 3/3 token. For 6 mana, it's not bad. Not bad. Right now we're getting towards the end here. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What are we at? 93. Let's look at cards with flashback. Another great way to generate value. Flashback. So we're gonna play Moments Piece. That's like the obvious one. How many creatures we got? 43. Plenty. Alright. I think we can play Moments Piece. Path of Festival, search for basic land. We're never gonna do this. We're never gonna meet this clause here, but it is a flashback. Yeah, I'll do Path of the Festival. And there's another one too. It's not. It's Harmonize, not Flashback. But we'll play that too. You just make creatures. Don't really care about that. What's the Harmonize one? This looks like it does a lot of mono green things. I'm kind of happy with it. Rumors routine. Here we go. So basically in Harmonize. Yeah. I could probably get away with of like cutting rampant growth. This is like all ramp spells. But I guess that's fine, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. So we need 5 more cards. What are some other cool mechanics that like let us double up on stuff? I guess there's one void card that's pretty decent, but it's not that good. It's like you pay for 2 mana to draw a card, or you gain 2 life and then you can recast it. It's kind of like a 5/5. Um, we have 43 creatures, so we can play. Well, we're gonna probably go like a handful more. All right, let's go. It's always so hard to figure out. I'm trying to think of like good interactive spells. Like we have one in the sideboard that we have access to whenever we want. I think, right? Don't we? Oh yeah, we've got yeah, these ones. Um, and then we also have like this guy. Maybe we could do. Let's look at the thing to destroy. Something interactive here. I at least want like one more interactive spell. People's Sabotage is interesting. Oh, like Heritage Reclamation is a good one. We'll do that. That's a good one. Play Lunatic Pandora too. This card is it's kind of dopey, but it actually does a lot. Like it has that like uh, whatever the card's name is. It's an artifact that costs 1 mana. You pay 7 mana, sacrifice it to kill something. It's got like that ability to it, but also you can just surveil every turn, which is like not nothing. We only got 2 instants. Let's get one more instant speed removal spell. We'll just do. Oh god, there's so many of them. What's the one? There's one in Avatar. Deals damage equal to power, instant. Yeah, there's tons of these things now. But, oh, Rocky Rebuke. Well, I guess it's no different than any of the other ones, right? Oh, Ram Through. That's what we want. That's what we want. There's just so many cards. I can't keep them all straight, So many cards. I mean, so many mono green things. Do we have any cards that care about forests? Let's find out. Whenever force them into play, it gets big. Oh, that card's kind of cool. Because they're playing a lot of lands. Fortitude's pretty cool. Hunting cheetah, no. That's not interesting. Not interesting. Not interesting. You guys would put like Tangle Golem. It's basically a free 5/4. I like Tangle Golem, but I don't think I'm that compelled to play it here. What are we at? 98? I want to get at least like maybe 1 or 2 more creatures in here. Let's get some big tramplers. What do we got? Oh, yeah. This is easy. Annoyed Althasar, Maelstrom Colossus. Like the big Cascade guys. That's fun. Oh, and hold on. Discover. Alright, just walk with the ancestors. Do that. Just rebuy some permanents. I think it rebuys a permanent. And also, you discover. Let's cut. Probably just like one of these. Right? We don't need like a ton of this stuff. Probably don't need to cultivate, honestly. Now, there's at least one other cascade spell that's good. Yeah, natural reclamation, that's the one. Just like destroy artifact or enchantment and then cascade. Costs 5 mana, so you get something good. Got a lot of stuff that's 4 and under. Alright, got 100 cards. Let's try it out. Let me first, what time is it? 7:36. Okay, we got a little bit of time. Let's get some lands. Reason being is, like, we do have access to just a card that earthbends. So we can do, like, lands that have, like, an ETB. Like Gingerbread Cabin. We'll also play a Colony Garden. Play the Hidden Nursery. Do some more discovering. That's always fun. Opal Palace Gen is not great here because our commander is a 0/4 defender, but Study Hall is better. Study Hall is actually quite good. Inscribe for increasing amounts. Play Hunter Maze. Hunter Maze I like better than like cycling lands because you can actually play it as a land and then sacrifice it later. Alright, that seems fine. So we'll cut 5 forest. 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay. Alright, this seems fine. Let's take it for a spin. We got like a ramp deck that just generates extra card advantage. I'm on board. Mono green. Okay. So what do we got? We got some spells. We got a Kazadu Nectar Pot. We'll just have our sideboard out here. Okay. Alright, draw for turn. Just do this. We'll hold on to the Caravan Vigil for now. Alright, 2. We'll play the Arch. And we whiff on our land, which kind of stinks. But we can always just... What we can do is we can just cash this in now. Let's put it back in the command zone. And we'll get us... where is it? Environmental Sciences. So you have to discard some cards, but who cares, right? Discard that. Discard. Looks at this land cycler too. We'll keep that. And we'll get rid of this. We don't need Caravan Vigil. Oh, I like Caravan Vigil. We'll get rid of this. Okay. Hunter Mage, right on time. Cast this. Get another land. And I'm butchering like the sequencing here. Like, I'm by no means playing well. So now what we can do is we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Recast this. We'll hold on to this for a turn. Let's cycle. I already got rid of the Wild Guardian. Okay. Get this out there. Let's just cash this in for a land. And we'll play it for... Oh no, I already played last turn. So we'll play the next turn. So we'll play that. We'll go 1, 2, 7. Yeah, we can just... Oh, no, it was 8 to convoke out the Primarch. Okay. So what we can do then, let's just play a 4/4. Why not? Now we're drawing lands. That's what we want to be. Now we can do 6, 7, 8. It's this thing. 7, 7. Now we can cash this in. Say we want to get like, let's get this, because we have these big things now. So like a protection spell seems good, and we can even do this and tutor up as a big old creature. Let's get the Maelstrom Colossus, because I like that one. I can search here. See, it's nice, like once you get your things online, you can just cash in your commander, like get this, you know. And then we have this up if we want to protect something, which is great. Oh, we get this one too, okay. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Cast this and cascade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll do that one. Get a land. We'll just, yeah, we'll harmonize it next turn. Oh, that's good. Forest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We should get this guy back out there. All the while, we have these big old beaters. Look at all these things too. Like, we just get to put so much mana into doing this, you know. Let's sacrifice this. What can we get now? Let's get. Okay, like a rule spell. Get that one. Then we can just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, there's some Dread Mask out here. So we're just like applying ever more pressure with like these giant things, getting tons of life with this. We have this up to protect our thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get the arch. Yeah, don't need to do anything else. Now we're just getting lands, which is awesome. Cast the Moose Lion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cast the T-Rex. Now we're just like in gravy train, right? Turn 14, we're just doing all kinds of stuff. Tons of mana. Can just get it whatever we want. It's hard to like goldfish a deck like this because this card is so situational and it can do so many different things that we're just gonna have to play, you know, we just kind of have to do stuff. Just gonna have to go for it, you know. This hand is fine. This is, I'm happy to cycle this card when the time comes. Alright, Forest on turn 1. Turn 2, we'll just cycle this now. Turn 3, that's pretty good. Get out these two things. This can also just sacrifice itself to draw a card, actually, you know. It's pretty good. Alright, turn 4. I'm just like, you know, play our things as normal. We're not like in a huge rush to do anything right now. Hitting all our land drops, which is great. We'll play Sylvan Ranger, put a land into our hand. We'll send this on an adventure to put this on a battlefield. Actually, what we'll do is we'll play this first, and then we'll add that because I can't cast anything else. So we gain a life. They gain a life from here. This is in the zone for those things. We can do a couple things here. Okay. Yeah. So notice like we're just tapping this every turn to gain life, and it blocks, and then whenever we want. Whoops. Okay. Whoops. Shuffle my over accident. All right. Play that. Get a land. We'll, you know, sacrifice this. Will get us a, you know, let's just get cycle of renewal, just like a ramp spell. Perfect timing on this. Here we go, 1, 2, 3. Sacrifice this. Get 2 more forests. Tapped. And then let's just cash this in for a card now while I have the mana. I don't need it. Alright, now we can go 2, 3, 4. We'll get our arch back out there. We'll get our witness out here. Just like sit tight, you know, just generate value off things. Because now what we can do is we can do this. Sacrifice the arch, put it in our graveyard to get like this removal spell. We can adapt this to get this back. Cast this again. The 8, so we can land cycle this. Get forest. Play the forest return. And then, like, now that we have this, watch, we can do this. Sacrifice that. You know, we'll get this. Cast this. Make a food. Just like something gain life. Put a counter here. Rebuy this. Cast this again. Yeah, this is pretty fun. It just does a lot of stuff, you know? Like, we have a lot of, like, a good foundation of creatures that hit the battlefield. They can block for us, they can generate some value in other ways. And then we can just, like, use this as we need to kind of deal with threats or push our strategy over the edge. Like with this, like, there's another card that adds counters to stuff. We can just keep rebuying this, making this bigger. Like, what's in my graveyard even? I can get a bunch of stuff back. This adds counters. This adds counters. So Evolution Witness is just kind of cracked. This card has no business being a common. Let's see. So what did we do? This is just a new turn. Okay, so let's just, now we can just like just start deploying threats, right? Just cast this big thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just cast the Hydra for 3 on this. So now it's a big old trampler. Just keep casting big things. Get this Althasar out there. We'll cascade into Skyshroud Claim, which is pretty good. These enter untapped. So now we can chain that into a T-Rexar. This is the most like mono green deck I've ever built. Like generic mono green deck. Usually my green decks are pretty specific. This one just kind of like does it all. It's pretty fun. If you're looking for something that's like not hyper specific, something that translates well, like from game to game, from table to table, like strategy like this is good. Even without Overgrown Arch, like if you just replace this with any other kind of like mono green value commander, like something with a good ETB, something that you know, has a good activated ability, like this kind of infrastructure just really elevates it, honestly. And it's not something that's oppressive. It just plays a good, clean game of Magic, and can consistently do that, right? Like, we're hitting all our land drops, we're able to cast all of our spells. We're able to use this to just, like, do whatever we want, you know? Alright, let's do it one more time. What time is it? 7:49? Like, honestly, and it's one of those things where you can salt the taste as much as you want. Like, with a deck like this, whether you're doing like the Rule Zero version with the Arch or any kind of like mono green generic value commander, there's a lot of room to just tailor it to what you like to do. I like a lot of this stuff. These are just cards that appeal to me mono green that are just kind of like generically applicable. But obviously, like, you know, different cards speak to different people. There's a lot of room for customization when you're doing something like this. So let's see, we got a lot of ramp here. Let's start with this Hunter's Maze. Draw a card first. Hunter Maze is cool. All right. forest. We'll just ramp. Ramp, ramp, ramp. Remember, ramping is only ramping if you're hitting your land drops, which is why Sylvan Ranger is good. It helps you with your land drops. Okay. Turn 3. We'll go field trip. We'll get another forest. The battlefield tapped. Then we will learn. What do we want? I think I just want to get like the ramp spell. Where is it? What is it even called? I don't even know. Cycle of Renewal, that's the one. Let's get that. Like ramp, getting more ramp. That feels good. That feels fun. Like we're not doing anything, but it's turn 4 and we have all kinds of mana. Actually, you know what we'll do is we'll do Study Hall, and then we'll filter second mana, Overgrown Arch, we'll scry, leave that on top because that card's pretty amazing. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3, and we'll cast Cycle of Renewal, we'll sacrifice this, and we'll get 2 forests. Obviously, you can also play like more non-basic lands if you want to. I just am not because it's trivial to me. Okay, go on tap. Elder Visionary is good. We'll start there. Draw a card. 1, 2, 3. We'll play Scythe Cat. So I've ramped what? 1, 2, 3. So I haven't played a land this turn. Then we'll go. We'll sacrifice this, and we'll get a card. We'll get us a. Let's get a protection spell because this thing's kind of all it could be a lightning rod. It's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll send this on an adventure, put 2 counters on this. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll recast our arch. And we'll just like keep attacking with this thing. Alright, now what we'll do is we'll sacrifice, we'll get a forest, we'll play it, put a counter here. 1, 2, 3, we'll do the witness, and then I've got 1, 2, 6 more mana. So let's arch again. And like, you know, for the sake of the argument, let's just say we'll get us a, the Art of Tea, because now we have an evolution witness. Actually, we'll put it there because we have the evolution witness. Alright, great. End step, we'll put a counter here, rebuy this. And make food. Cool. That's good. Alright. We'll filter, because we're going to scry 2 now. I know I'm casting from my hand, but I've cast from the command zone twice so far. So we'll scry 2. I'm okay just having these on top, honestly. And what we can do is sacrifice this to draw this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cast this. Get 2 more forests. Oh, by the way, this thing's like arbitrarily large now. Yeah, and you know we'll adapt on end step. Actually, we won't do that yet. What we'll do is we'll just sacrifice this, put it in the graveyard, and we'll get. I feel like I'm just overlooking something here. Oh yeah, I did RFT last time. Okay, we'll put the arch in. We'll get like a removal spell or something, right? And then we'll just do this. Bring this back. Again, we'll scry 2. Oh, bottom. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 6 if we want to leave this up, which is perfect. Because we can just cast our big tree folk. End step. We can just sacrifice this again. And we can put a counter with this so we can just get another thing. Let's get anatomy. Dread mask. Okay, so we're living large now. We'll just put 2 counters on this and give it vigilance. Get this back. Scry 2 again. Bottom, top. Yeah, this feels nice. All right, one more. We got time for one more. I just like playing this deck. It's so simple. It just feels nice and relaxing to play. A lot of my decks are just like overly complicated. This one's just like you just do it. You know, it's really cool. I might, granted, like I probably won't do it with this with the package, like with the learn package. But I'm probably gonna build some variation of this for Shoebox. It's just fun to play like a big doofy mono green deck that just like ramps and generates value with like these sorts of things. It's just fun. All right, turn 1. Here we go. And turn 2, we're just gonna ramp just like last time. Get the 3 visits in there. I like these forests too. We've got turn 4, so let's get the. Let's just get more. Let's just get more forests. I just want more forests. 1, 2, enter tapped, enter tapped. So now turn 4, we've got tons of mana. 7 mana. 1, 2, 3. We cast this thing. Draw a card. Cast this. I just think that with all the mana we'll get there. I don't know if I don't think you need camp. I don't think you need campfire. I don't think you need it. Like you're just generating, you're gaining tons of life anyway from all these other things, and you just can recast this as much as you want. There's just so many different ways to get lands. And yeah, let's just put this on an eventual. Give this a thing, give it trample. Monster token, just a big O. Great, and now we have another forest. Junie says hello. So now we can just like start deploying these things. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll cast this like a branch snapper. End step, we can sacrifice the arch to get a card. Let's get the ramp spell. Next turn, another big old beater. Yeah, so now we can just go 1, 2, 3, sacrifice this. 758. We're gonna have to wrap up here in a second, but I'm gonna finish this turn. Enter tapped. We've got 5 more mana, so we can go 1, 2, let's see, 3, 4. We can just cast this. Guys are not so good now, but okay. Yeah, and from now on we're just like jamming our big O's, Okay, that's fine. I like this. Okay, so you kind of see what we're talking about with like the lessons, right? I mean, I will consider a commander request, Bill. I will consider them. But one of the things I really like about streaming is that I can do whatever I want. So I will take it under advisement if you have a recommendation. Um, so think long and hard while I give my wind down little speech here. 7:58, so we gotta wrap it up. Like I said, you can kind of see what we're doing with these lessons and how powerful this mechanic is. I imagine if you want to do the mono white or mono black decks with the corresponding creatures that can learn consistently, um, the white one would be a heavy blink deck, the black one would be a heavy recursion deck, sacrificing to draw cards and other things. Um, but similar in the sense that they just generate a lot of value. I imagine the shells would look pretty similar. The thing that this deck has that those don't is that this one ramps much better. You'd have to play a lot of mana rocks, I think. Well, actually, not in the white one because you'd be flickering a lot. In the black one, you'd probably need to have some amount of mana rocks because you don't have like enough raw recursion. I think you have to devote a lot of space to recursion if you're going to do it. But it could be fun. Imagine casting a Village Rites on an eye twitch, which is the name of the creature. Drawing 2 cards and then tutoring for something out of your sideboard. It feels really cool. But yeah, lessons are sweet. I really enjoyed the flexibility of being able to get whatever we want. Obviously, like I said, when you're goldfishing, it's kind of hard to imitate that or recreate that. Um, but you can see how powerful it is. Unfortunately, there's only like 3 commanders that do it, but um, they make for pretty cool decks. And I kind of like this generic value based mono green shell. Takes me back to my roots. I love mono green decks. Okay, so that's all I have to say about that. If you're looking to break the rules this month, try something like this. Give it a whirl with your play group, and let us know how it goes. As I've demonstrated, it can be pretty good, pretty fun. So with that, I will leave y'all there. Bill, think long and hard now about your commander request. Think long and hard. Guardian of the Forgotten. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I have theory. I have sketched out a build. Maybe we'll do that one because it's fun. Um, I'll think about it. I'll think about it. But with that, I'll leave you all there. It's 8:01, so I'm running behind. Deck list is going to be in the description. Link to the announcement about Break the Rules Month, which we are demonstrating here in the description. Link to the list of all the deck lists we've built in the entire duration of my streaming career in the description. Also, links to Trans Lifeline and Trevor Project in the description. It's all in the description. You need to go to the description to find all that great stuff. But with that, I'll leave you all there. Have a great week. I'll see you next time, and we might do a little Guardian of the Forgotten. I don't know, but we'll see. Have a great week, everybody.